the Nurse Preceptor channel on YouTube. I'm Hillary and I'm your Nurse Preceptor. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here. I have a video today that's geared toward nursing students and graduate level nursing students, like people who are getting ready to start their intensive clinicals and upper level classes. And I want to talk about how to make a first impression as well as to maintain lasting impressions on your nursing instructors and your clinical preceptors. Why is this important? Simple enough. You're going to need letters of recommendation when you're applying for jobs, when you're applying for internships. The sooner you can start building those relationships and building your own brand as a responsible nursing student, the better off you're going to be in the long run. I'm coming from the perspective of someone who has been a nursing instructor. I was a nursing instructor for about 8 years. I taught clinicals as well as classroom, and I also precepted a lot of graduate students who also were looking for employment. And it was really cool to be able to write so many letters of recommendation to people and be able to help them to get their first job, especially a job that they really wanted, or get into a graduate program if that was the case. I have some tips based on the students who stood out the most in my mind as far as being really good students whose letters of recommendation were super easy to write and who left the best impression overall. And I still remember the people who really stood out in my mind, and I know the things they did right, and I know the things that some people did really wrong. And obviously the people who left the best impression ended up getting the best letters. So first of all, bring a good attitude every day and fake it if you have to. So leave your bad attitude, leave your negativity at the door. Nobody wants to see a nursing student who's being mean, who's being confrontational, or who's acting like a know-it-all on day one, because none of us know it all. We know that that will make you someone who's very difficult to work with and difficult to coach, and it's really very stressful having a student who's behaving in that way because you worry every day that they're going to do something and really piss off the wrong person. Along those lines, forget about being defensive. You need to be ready to accept and receive some constructive feedback as well as criticism without expecting any sugarcoating. Frankly, we just don't have enough hours in the day or enough of us to go around sometimes to do that extra sugarcoating that you may expect. So if you get it, great, but don't go in expecting it, and don't be offended if it doesn't happen. Also, come to class and clinicals looking as good as you can. Look your best. And by that, I really mean just clean, look well groomed, look well rested. Do not come in looking hungover, and don't come in wearing any of the following things that I've seen students wearing. Jammies, bunny rabbit slippers, t-shirts with nasty slogans or hateful slogans, booty shorts, belly shirts, unusual piercings, and I mean like ring through the nose, all kinds of facial piercings. Leave that stuff at home. Strange hair colors. And how about looking like you just worked the night shift at the strip club? Don't come in looking like that. We had a student who came in wearing booty shorts and a pair of thigh-high boots for hospital orientation, and she got sent home. Can you imagine? Anyway, keep in mind, nursing's a field where you're going to be working with a lot of people, and keep in mind who's going to be at the hospital in larger numbers than anyone. It's going to be older patients who are a little bit more conservative with this kind of stuff generally. You need to look responsible enough and trustworthy enough that they're going to trust you with their most personal information as well as the care of their bodies. You need to look as responsible as you are. Be prepared to stay awake during the most boring class content. I know it's boring sometimes, and I know the shifts are long, I know the hours are long, and sometimes they're very early days. Do your best to stay awake. Try to have some coffee. Get up if you need to. Nothing's more distracting or rude or offensive than someone nodding off in class or reading the newspaper or reading a novel, playing video games, texting on their phone, talking to the person sitting next to them. It's all very rude. It's distracting. Be ready to swallow your pride and admit when you don't know something. Also be ready to say that you're willing to find out, that you're going to find out, and that you know where to look for the information. Know what your reliable resources for class. Bring some resources with you. Be able to look things up really quickly. And if you're not sure, ask some of your fellow students for ideas and go on a site such as allnurses.com. It's one that I can think of right away that has a lot of chat boards with students and nurses, and a lot of them do share helpful tips for clinicals, helpful tips for class. Be able and willing to look things up quickly and kind of learn on the fly. It's what a lot of nursing school is all about. And this goes for graduate students as well. It is exactly the same kind of thing. I will have some more helpful tips about nursing school survival throughout the summer. I'm going to do like little tidbits here and there. So like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell if you'd like notifications of when I have more content available. I look forward to having you as part of the Nurse Preceptor group here. All right, I welcome your comments. Thanks for listening. I hope this is helpful to you. Bye.